Hey everyone, welcome back to the weekly Geekdom. I am Ben, I guess you can call me the head geek around here. With me is my man Josh, and coming as a guest this week is our friend Tuck. How are you guys doing today?
I am just waking up and I'm wonderful.
I am doing great. I asked to be on this show because I have been away for a week and I have been itching to do a show with you guys. So I'm excited. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Oh,
This is going to be a fun one. There's quite a bit of geeky fun movie news this week.
Sure.
And let's get started with this. You know Cameron Diaz. You know she took a little bit of a hiatus. She's coming back to be in an action movie with Jamie Foxx. How are you guys feeling about that?
to be quite honest, I forgot she retired. But you know, it's always good to see actors that you kind of you grew up with a little bit watching, and if they stepped away for a minute, it's always good to see them come back. Kind of like with Jim Carrey, like he stepped away for a while, came back to Robotnik, and wow, that's great. My favorite Cameron Diaz movie. You don't even see Cameron Diaz in it; you just hear her. Shrek. I love her. I love her. Yeah, I love her. Fiona. Kick-ass character, man, and she always plays those kick-ass characters. I think like we all know the name Cameron Diaz, but I feel like she's kind of one of those under the radar, sort of, kind of. But this is big news, So
yeah,
I love the fact that Jamie's got her to come out of retirement and do this movie. I wonder what it's going to be about. It's literally like she's coming out of retirement, and it's called Back in Action.
Yeah.
And like that's pretty cool.
Okay.
But like it's going to be a Netflix film, right?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, hopefully we'll be entertained by it.
Yeah.
Man, look, I hope it's good. I do. I do genuinely hope it's good. I didn't see the last one Jamie Foxx did, but I heard it wasn't great. And the other one, yes.
What was it? What was his last movie?
Power on Netflix.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I heard that wasn't really so good, but I know he's got another one called Daybreak coming, and I looked at the featurette behind the scenes. It looks pretty good. So whenever that comes out, I'm gonna check that out. But yeah, Cameron Diaz, welcome back.
What do you think, Don?
Yeah, I mean, I've never really not liked Cameron Diaz. I've always liked Cameron Diaz whenever I've seen her in movies. She's not a person I've kind of look out for a movie, but yeah, I've always enjoyed her. Never really had an issue with her in any movie. So, and again, I didn't even know she retired. So at least I never heard that officially. So yeah, I'm glad she's back. I mean, yeah, she's one of those actresses. I think, yeah, you're always, when you see her in a movie, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, great, awesome. So,
and she has a very funny, iconic movie line. If you guys remember.
Are we talking about from Something About Mary?
Is that him show?
Yes.
Is that him show?
Absolutely. Yeah, classic. Yeah, that's what I said. I've always enjoyed her. I've never been like, oh, I don't want, I don't like her, or I don't want her in this movie. So yeah, I think it's a welcome back. And look, Jamie Foxx is great. I mean, yeah, that Power movie wasn't great, but overall, I think Jamie Foxx has had a very solid career. I would say very solid.
So, like, man, whenever Ray is on TV, I have to.
Yeah. Oh man, let me tell you.
Like, oh my gosh, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What did you think about his return as Electro? Did you guys like it?
He was better. He was much better in the new movie than the Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, but again, I don't think that was his fault. I don't blame him at all
No,
for
no, of
that
course
movie.
not.
I think that was direction and just bad writing, in my opinion. That wasn't him.
Yeah, they improved on because they gave him a little more to work with in this one.
Yeah. And he's not as bumbly and stumbly in this one. He was very bumbly and stumbly in that movie. I just didn't like that.
And I didn't like his motivation. I just thought it was weak.
Yeah,
you forgot who I was, so you decide to shut down the power grid out of in a tantrum. I was like, what? No. No. But I did see, and I want to send this to you guys because I want to see what you all think. I haven't watched it yet, but there's this channel I just started kind of following that does like film analysis, right? Called Film Speak. And he defends The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Really?
Now, I gotta check this out because I really want to see, because I have so many issues with that movie because I anticipated it to be so damn good. Like I had my hopes were through the
how he becomes Electro is insane. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. He falls into like, I mean, what?
Well, okay.
I mean, but they were kind of like mutated eels. I don't know.
Yeah, but
bite just did something to his. I don't know. I get what you're saying though.
It's like, but it's like Spider-Man. He gets bit by a radioactive spider. He becomes Spider-Man. He gets thrown in with it. I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's just like it's lazy. It's just lazy writing at this point.
So, how would you do it? I'm curious.
Oh, I don't know how you do it. I mean, I guess. Yeah, I don't know how you would actually make somebody electric. So yeah, I don't know.
I would do the backwards. I would have him get struck by lightning. That's all you need.
Or maybe his DNA. Maybe he gets into a car wreck and his DNA. They have to use electric eel DNA for some reason. I mean, something just a little more tangible to the real world. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Okay.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Is that the worst Spider-Man movie?
No, Spider-Man 3 is. Spider-Man 3 is.
No.
Yes. Him strutting down that road with that stupid strut and the black suit. No, absolutely not. That is not Spider-Man. That is not Peter Parker.
Awesome. Oh man, you know what? This is why.
And then that dance scene where he's showing off for MJ with that other girl, and just no, get that get out of here.
I mean, come on. Dawn. Okay, so guys, you're gonna put this out there. Dawn and I, we just have like I don't know what's going on, but it's awesome.
No, we're having a great time.
Like, no, it's a great time. But it's like, so you don't like Spider-Man 3, but I love Spider-Man 3. I think between the two, I would say the Amazing Spider-Man is the worst one for me. Spider-Man 3, I actually find a lot of enjoyment out of it. Now that scene that you're talking about, it's stupid, it's pointless, but I get it. It's kind of, because it's like, I mean,
but the fight scene at the end, like, why do we have Venom and Sandman in the same? Like, that story just gets so convoluted and just out of whack, just so out of whack for me.
I just wish that they, like, you know,
there's no real motivation for either one, in my opinion. Like, Eddie Brock is just a little crybaby that got one story scooped on, or one picture scooped on him. And Sandman is literally just trying to find his kid and is misunderstood, which was the better story. And then they just abandoned it.
Which is why I think they should have. Sandman's story could have ended a bit earlier. Eddie's I could have gotten because of that humiliation, and he wanted, to get revenge on him, make like a public humiliation out of him. So I would,
but it's obviously a Photoshop photo. Like, you can't be mad about something that you did. I mean, come on, you got caught, dude. That's not his fault. You got caught. That's not his fault.
That is true. That is true.
You can't really turn into a supervillain because you got caught doing something. Like, come on.
How about the fact that he goes to church? to pray for somebody to die.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
It's so
that was
much. It's so
creepy.
much.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only good thing in that entire movie to me is J.K. Simmons as he just nails that part.
Oh my god.
He's just so good in that part.
I have to say, this movie is not good. This movie is not good. But I enjoy it a hell lot more than I enjoy The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Dude.
Okay. Hey, that's fair. I
Yeah.
would say probably they're I mean they're neck and neck for just bad to me. They're just both bad.
See, Amazing Spider-Man, like the editing wasn't great. The only redeemable thing was the relationship with Peter and Gwen. That was like the only thing. I mean, Rhino, I hated seeing Paul.
Yes. Oh my god.
I
yeah.
actually wanted the full-on physical animal suit. The robotic crap. Nah, I hated it.
Yeah.
Then the whole Green Goblin thing, I didn't mind. But I'm like,
Oh,
it's
that
like
Green
kinda,
Goblin thing sucked.
like-
That Green
like-
Goblin thing sucked.
yeah.
It's bad.
I mean,
It's
there
bad.
was Electro. It was just too much happening. It was almost like they did Spider-Man 3's ending over again and made it worse.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Right.
it was just way too much. Well, I get it. You want to do Sinister Six, but please slow down.
Yeah. Slow down. Right.
Just
Exactly.
slow down. You don't have to force it.
Yeah.
And,
Spider-Man
okay,
3, they missed a big opportunity to continue that franchise by not having Eddie Brock with Mary Jane at the top of the bell tower in that church and Spider-Man killing her and then bringing Gwen Stacy in. That should have been the moment where MJ falls, Spider-Man tries to save her, and the web snaps her back. They could have easily done that storyline right then and there and moved on from Mary Jane because she didn't want to do the movies anymore after that point. And they could have continued that franchise with him and then brought in a Gwen Stacy. That would have been a beautiful way to move in.
They had a Gwen Stacy. She was
Yeah,
in
but
that movie.
yes, but that's
She
what I
was in
mean.
that movie.
They could have. That's what I mean. They could have
Oh, yeah,
gone off
saying-
in that direction
Yeah.
instead of keeping MJ alive. I think MJ should have died in that bell tower. And it's not that I wanted her to. I'm just saying that was the perfect opportunity to do that story beat from the
But
comic.
here's the thing. Say what you want about Spider-Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
I find that character so much more memorable in that movie than I do in The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. Look, I think Tom Holland. Tobey Maguire was a good good Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield was a better Spider-Man. Tom Holland is both.
Okay, yes. Before No Way Home, I would agree with you. But ever since No Way Home, Andrew Garfield, I want to see him as Peter Parker and Spider-Man again.
Yeah, but he's a different guy now. He's a different actor now than he was then. So he's definitely matured and become a much better actor. But at the time, I don't think he was a great Peter Parker. He looks 40. He looks 35 in that movie. He does not look like a kid.
You can't.
Oh, your audio is a little messed up there, Josh.
Yeah.
The picture is fine. It's just the audio. It's a little crackly on my end.
Yeah, I hear that too. You want to leave and come back, Josh?
Do you want to try to reload in? He's frozen on my side, yeah.
Okay, why don't we do that?
Yeah. Let him come back in.
Yeah. Where was I?
Oh,
Yeah,
talking about the better. No, I agree with you. I think Andrew Garfield is much better in the new Spider-Man movie. I agree with that.
Man, I don't think you can blame him on Amazing Spider-Man 1 or 2.
Oh, no, no.
I think it just comes down to the writing. The writing was terrible.
Again, I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying
No,
for what he
yeah.
gives us in those movies, he's a better Spider-Man. He's not a great Peter Parker, just for me.
That's true.
Where I think Tom Holland has been more consistent over all the movies he's been in as the character. I think he's just more consistent up to this point. Again, that doesn't mean in the future. Just up to this point, I think Tom Holland's just been the more consistent of both, of playing both sides of the character. But again, Tom Holland, I think, is also getting to that point where he's getting a little too old to be 2 years out of high school. So we might have to move forward in time a little bit with him at this point, because he's getting a little too old to be 19 years old, 20 years old.
Do you think we're going to get more of him in the MCU?
I think they just didn't. I see. Well, I think they just announced part 2, and Andrew Garfield's in it, and so is Tobey Maguire.
Wait, what?
I saw something on Facebook. I thought maybe I'm wrong, but I thought I saw something where they just announced that he's coming back. Or Andrew Garfield signed a deal with Marvel. That's what it was. Andrew Garfield signed a deal with Marvel.
Really?
Apparently, that's what I saw. That's what I saw. Not that there's a new movie, but apparently there's a Spider-Verse movie. There's Amazing Spider-Man 3 possibly coming back, and another multiverse movie with them. So it just said Andrew Garfield, though. It didn't say it didn't say Tobey Maguire. It just said Andrew Garfield.
I know that. I don't think we're getting Tobey back. Do you?
Not unless it's a super special occasion. It's got to be a super special storyline. I would love to see if they can build the Sinister Six over the next couple movies. All 3 of them come back for one big final fight with the Sinister Six. I think that would be cool.
Let me ask you guys this. Venom 3.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I do 35% Andrew Garfield comes in Venom 3.
Ooh.
So what, exploring his dark path during that time, or
maybe that's when Venom goes up again.
Well, the only question I would have in that is they make it very clear that Venom doesn't exist in this universe now. That only that little piece of him goes into our universe. So,
but Venom exists in the Morbius universe. So,
okay.
so Andrew would be that versus that Peter Parker.
I mean, if they could make it a good movie, I'll watch it. I will absolutely watch it. So yeah, I have no issue with it.
I want to speak to a point Don made earlier, despite all the technical things. I had to move from my phone to the computer. Jeez, I hate technology. Can we get nanotech already? Give me a transformer. I'll use that.
I know, right?
Yeah, just an Autobot uploading everything. That'd be great. But the whole thing with Tom Holland, I did hear. Now I don't know how true it is, but I did hear that apparently they're supposed to be doing another trilogy with him. But
with Tom Holland?
not. Yeah, but
okay.
With him as the adult Peter that we come to know, which is what I've been wanting them to do now, and I think that may be the case, but I'm not sure. I don't think Tom, when he was in that interview, I don't think that he was like saying he didn't want to play Spider-Man, but I just think he was saying like someone else. I guess being the guy being fair and like, oh, somebody else takes the role. I'm not mad, Then all right, but
what's up, Joe?
Hey, Joe. Then the other thing with the Andrew Garfield and Toby. Now, with 3 of them running around at the same time, do you feel like there will be some fatigue, or do you think we'd just be like, you know what?
Yes.
It's all good. Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like
this can't be a gimmick where they use it every movie. Yeah, no, I agree with that. It was special for that movie, and then like I said, 2-3 movies down the road, get the Sinister Six together, then bring them back. and for one
Yeah.
last fight, kind of thing. Yeah, I don't like it as a gimmick. I don't like it as, I can just call Andrew Garfield up and he can come help me save the day. Like I don't like. I don't want that. I
As long
definitely
as it
don't want
serves
that.
the purpose of the
Yeah.
story, that's perfectly fine.
Because it was well done in this movie. It really was. In the last Spider-Man, it was well done, and I like the way they did it. But again, it can't be a crutch. You can't use it as a crutch.
Yeah.
That's what I worry about with this stuff. Is once people like it, then everybody they just see dollar signs and they get blinded by why people liked it.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's the thing. That's why I wish some of these executives would realize, like, look, man, you don't have to oversaturate. If you just season, to steal from Gordon Ramsay, if you season just a wee bit, you got all the flavor right there. That's all we need. Just give me a little bit of seasoning here and there, and I'm good.
I saw a
I
quote
don't need you
from
to like.
somebody. Okay. Yeah, I saw a
No,
quote
go
from
ahead.
somebody that just simply said, "These studio execs just really don't give us enough credit as viewers. They really just think that we're mindless drones that'll just, Spider-Man, flashy keys, flashy key. They don't give us enough credit that we actually care about this stuff and we do talk about it. I mean, it feels like some of them don't take that into consideration. That we're smart. We're smart fans. We know what we like and we know what's good.
Yeah.
Some of them don't, some of them do. Look
Yeah,
at Kevin Feige.
Yep.
Look at Kevin Feige.
Perfect example. Yep. No, perfect example. Yep. He knows what people want.
Look
He doesn't always
at
hit it out of the park, but at least he takes the swing. He always takes the swing, man, and that's what you got to respect about that guy.
what. You know what? I was going to ask you something, but I'm going to wait. Yeah, I have an idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see those three Peters back together again. Maybe someday. I don't see it happening anytime soon.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. Because they're all good in their own right. They were all good in their own right. They each brought something to the character that I think is important and was, worth doing. But yeah.
Let me ask you a fundamental question. What's your favorite Spider-Man movie?
Oh man, that's a great question. My favorite Spider-Man movie. You know what? That's a good question, Ben.
It is. That's a tough one
obviously,
for me.
yeah, because I had to actually grow up to appreciate Spider-Man 2 a lot more than when I did as a kid. I can't explain to you why I didn't. Like, I liked it, but then all of a sudden something switched to me when I saw it again as a kid. I was like, I don't know why. But then I got older and I'm like, no, I love this movie. But then again, I also have a soft spot and I will defend the first Amazing Spider-Man. I love the first Amazing Spider-Man.
No, that's a good movie. That's a good movie.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah,
I think it's a good movie that came out a little too soon after Spider-Man 3.
That might be fair. Yeah. I love that scene with him and that Robert, whatever that guy is in the parking lot where he's messing with them and he's got him up against the wall with it. Just that is Spider-Man to me. Just the sarcastic, like, I know I could beat you. I'm just going to mess with you first. I love that. I love that Spider-Man. I really do.
Yeah, and he was so quippy
because he's a kid.
It was
That's
just like
that's the thing that I think people always forget about Spider-Man is he is a kid at heart. Like he's still just a kid learning to be who he is. So if you're going to do the origin story of Spider-Man, he has to be somewhat immature. He just does because Spider-Man makes a lot of mistakes because he's a kid. So
yeah, that's what I have to give. That's why I gotta give Tom Holland, man. I just felt like he channeled the best of both.
Yes,
I felt like
absolutely.
Toby was a great, he was a great Peter. He was the science, smart, stayed to himself. Andrew, definitely was all in as Spider-Man. Like
Yes.
quips, fighting, the swinging, just the camera shots with swinging. Oh my god!
Yeah.
And then you got Tom. It was best of both. Now I did hear an argument, and I do have to agree with this, and I want to see what you guys think. Do you think is that the I guess like the camera shots as far as the swinging for
Mhm.
Spider-Man? Do you think they'll improve in the next bout? Because we didn't really get that same like we got in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Because that was crazy. That was like straight out of a video game. And
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, what do you think about that? Do you think that they'll try to at least incorporate that a bit or keep that unique to Andrew?
Yeah, I'd like to see them bring that back because it doesn't feel like Tom Holland swings anywhere. Sometimes it feels like he's always stuck in the middle where there's nowhere to swing from. That's one of the bigger jokes is he's always where there's nowhere to swing from. And
Yeah.
Not bad in Homecoming
yes.
when they make fun of Ferris Bueller's Day Off
Mm-hmm.
and he's running through the neighborhood and you
Yeah.
actually see somebody is watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I love
Yeah.
that movie.
Oh no! Again, the jokes
Oh,
are great,
yeah.
and they do a great job with it. It's just this Spider-Man has had a lack of being Spider-Man, and just in that sense, just not the we haven't seen we did well. I guess we did in the new movie. We got it in the beginning a little bit where he takes MJ away from everybody.
Yeah,
We got to see a little bit of it. So
and he did
Yeah.
that in the original movies
yeah,
in Infinity War and Endgame.
but it wasn't quite. He was using it fighting wise in those movies, not really just to sort of move. I like seeing him just swing through the city. Like I love those shots of him just swinging through the city. They're some of the best shots. Yeah,
it's so personal.
because I remember the original comics and looking at it on a piece of paper and then seeing it like in Spider-Man 1, him swinging and stuff. You're just like, oh my god! Like you can kind of visualize it, but when you actually see it, it's just so cool. It's just so cool to see it.
Yeah.
It just is.
Because
Because you got to think,
about
you got to think this too. The building washing in that city, man, those people need a raise because they have to scrub those windows and everything like daily from him.
that is true.
There's
Just
spider
constant
webs
webbing.
hanging everywhere.
They got to clean Central Park. I mean, it's
Those
just
people
webs
need a raise,
everywhere.
man. They need a raise.
Man, the amount of webbing there is, you'd have thought that he was doing some. You know what? Never mind.
That's what I want to see. I want to see the 40-year-old Spider-Man where the entire city is dystopian and there's just spider webs like hanging from everywhere. Like everything is just spider webs.
You know what? I don't want to see that. Can we say that happened, but not really?
No.
I don't think we need to see that. I don't think we need a black light whenever Spider-Man comes around. Do you?
Yeah. Because every time, it's just you wonder if spider children maybe that.
Oh my goodness, yeah, right?
Oh man, it's just so crazy. That's why I was glad to hear. It's funny because that joke in No Way Home. What is it like? Shoot! Oh no, not No Way Home. It was Doctor Strange, and she was like, does he shoot webs out of his butt? Like
I was just getting ready to talk about that, man. Yes, absolutely. I love that joke. And she's like, out of his butt, and he's like, I no, well, I hope not. No. That's such a great line. Such a great line. Because he's like, you can see him. He's like, thinks about it. He's like, well, wait, actually, I don't know.
Yeah,
he's like, I hope not. So great.
I didn't rewatch Doctor Strange 2 again. It came out on Disney Plus last week.
Yeah, I watched it again right before we left. Actually, yeah.
I got to give it another watch. I mean, it's probably twice in theaters. But what'd you feel?
It's a good movie. I didn't like it as much. I'll be honest. I don't know about you, Don. It didn't live up to the same level.
I like it. I think it's a good movie. I like it a lot, actually. I will say I think it's the better Doctor Strange movie.
I'll agree with you.
I think it's the better
I-
Doctor Strange movie.
I yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. I had to think about it for a minute, but I love the first one. I do love the first one. I just didn't really like care for Caecilius and the Zealots as much.
Yeah.
But I did like I really you can't deny the way they used Wanda
Mm-hmm.
was just perfect.
Well, this
And
was a
did you
Wanda
see the
movie.
theory? Right. Did you see the theory that Drew put in the group chat in the group about Kang?
No.
Pretty
Yeah.
much, maybe. Okay, yeah. So Ben, right? This is how it goes. Apparently, it's like Wanda didn't die when I forgot that it's like Wonder Guard fell.
Yeah.
But Kang took her, and he was going to use her chaos magic to pretty much bring all the realities together in one collision.
Mm-hmm.
And use her to do his bidding. I thought that would be sick. That's a way to bring her back and still not miss a beat. Just add another layer to the story.
Yeah.
Weaponize
You know,
it.
I hate people don't see her as a villain. She is a villain of that movie. I don't care
Yeah.
what
Absolutely.
people say. She is a
Yeah.
villain of the movie. And not that book. She is the villain of Doctor Strange 2. And you
Oh,
know
I
what?
agree.
And you know what? I'll say this. Top 5 MCU villain. For me, anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She does a great deal of damage. And on top of that, for Elizabeth Olsen to deny that she's a villain, that's like, come on, Elizabeth. We're not trying to win any points here. Let's just be honest. She had her motivation. It's a motivation that you can feel and relate to,
Yes.
but you
I
should not go
understand.
about it that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I
just
completely understand
understand.
where she's coming from, but like Doctor Strange says
Yeah.
in the movie, like this isn't the way. This isn't the way to do it.
Mm-hmm. And I love the line he says when he's like, she hasn't even faced that reality yet. And he's like, so if you do this, then what happens to their mother?
Yeah. Right.
You ripped her away from them. Now they're going to be in fear of you. I mean,
Absolutely. I love that scene at the end where she shows that part of Wanda to the kids and they're scared of her. And she has to see that. She has to see them scared of her.
Yeah.
I love that part. She is amazing as this character. Nobody can deny that she is the Scarlet Witch. She is Wanda.
And people always forget this. In the MCU, she started as a villain. Her first movie, she was a villain.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That is true. Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
That is true.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nobody brings that up. Nobody brings that up. But
and you can't forget what she did to Vision in Civil War.
No.
She puts him through into the core. I mean, she sends him to the 8th level of hell. Like she is like you ain't yeah, right. Like she is serious at that moment. She is not playing with him at that moment.
Man,
and I mean that's before they're in love, obviously, but she's not holding back. She is not holding back at that moment.
I want to ask something. Okay. She did that to him in Civil War. In Infinity War. They were in love.
Yeah.
Whenever they get into an argument, that would be the first thing I would go out. Whenever she gets pissed at Vision, every time if I were Vision, I would say, that isn't true. But I did not put you in the ground like you did me.
Yeah, right. Right.
That's true. Absolutely.
Hey, you know what? In that relationship, he has the high ground.
Yes.
Vision. Where's the milk? You said you were going to get the milk.
Yeah.
Wanda? And then I didn't put you in the ground.
I'm still
hey, Vision, can you wash the dishes tonight? Well, do you remember that time? I think he can
Vision.
handle on this today.
Can you watch the kids for me? I'm watching the game, but the children. Wanda, you sent me.
Just
To the
all she
Mines
has
of
to
Moria.
say in the next movie to him is Civil War. Just say that. Just say the Civil War. You want to
Airport.
go back to right? Yeah.
Yep.
So, you remember that? You remember that?
Oh man. Oh God, that's like. I think that may be my favorite MCU movie.
Civil War.
I think so.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite.
It
is.
People, okay. Can we talk about it for just a quick minute? Because I know we got other things too. But the argument that people make, did you feel like Did you feel like it was just too jokey? Because I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I mean, yeah,
Dude,
like there's quips going while it's in, but I'm just in it.
No, look, man, that fight scene, and I think that fight scene in that whole movie is summed up in that one part where Black Widow and Hawkeye are fighting, where she's like, "You're pulling your punches." She's like, "I know you're pulling your punches," but that's what that fight is supposed to be. They're not trying to kill each other. They're not trying to end each other. They're trying to get a point across to each other. So that to me sums the whole movie up for me. It's supposed to be like that. They're not trying to kill each other.
Right. Then the boundary gets pushed at the end where it's like either Tony or Cap could walk away and the other would be dead.
Yeah, that movie to me is about a family having a fight. I mean, that's a family having a fight right there. They love each other, but they disagree. Yeah. They disagree big time on this. This is a topic that they can't agree on. But they love each other at the end of the day. They all love each other at the end of the day.
Definitely.
In the airport, in the airport fight. What move is your favorite move? Do you have one?
I finally caught on to the whole Imperial Walker thing.
Yeah. That's my part. That's my part.
I finally caught on to it.
But I will tell you my other favorite part is I love the Spider-Man, Bucky, and Falcon fight. I love that scene. That is
metal arm?
Best scene.
Just overpowers him.
I love that scene.
Have you guys ever seen that old movie, The Empire Strikes Back?
One of the best lines.
Where did you find this kid?
Yes. Great. That is so funny. So funny.
You know what's crazy though?
What?
That movie next year, that movie turns 40.
Oh yeah. Empire Strikes Back.
Because I just found out it was just the 40th anniversary for the thing.
Yeah.
No, wait. No. Next year, Return of the Jedi turns 40.
Right, Return of the Jedi. Right, I'm sorry. Yeah,
that's right. Return of the Jedi turns 40. Yep,
I'm sorry. You're right. Yep.
Yeah.
Empire.
Yeah.
Right.
No, Empire was 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
What's that?
82.
No, 80.
Yep, that was
wow.
80.
Empire came out in 80.
Oh,
77,
yeah, no.
80, 83.
Yep. Never mind.
All good. We're gonna bring back the Schmodown.
Right. Yeah, we need it. Yeah, exactly.
We're going to make it.
I need a refresher course on that. I need. Where's Scott Mance when you need him, man? Movie release dates.
Man, I tell you what. Another conflict I enjoyed in that whole fight was Hawkeye and Black Panther.
Yeah,
he's like, he just looks at him. He's like, "How you doing, buddy?"
Yeah,
name's Clint.
Well,
I don't care.
That's good. But the payoff is even better at Endgame.
Yeah.
And they get reunited.
Yeah.
And he's like, Clint. And the payoff is good.
Yeah.
In Endgame.
I just want to say how awesome he is as Black Panther. I'm sorry, but he's one of the biggest losses as a actor we've had in a long time, man. That dude nails Black Panther and T'Challa. I mean, he just nails that part. He really does.
I honestly I wonder how they'll go about it. But like the whole thing, like they didn't even get into his intelligence yet, or how his engineering.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yet. I was just like, I can't wait to see that. Like seeing him in his kingship.
You know, let me ask you guys this. Wakanda Forever is coming out this
Yeah.
year.
Yep.
December. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know how they're going to handle it? I don't know about you guys. I'm very curious to see how they
All
handle it.
From
yeah.
what
All
I've
I've heard
read,
is yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say from what I read, and Don, you might have been about to say this. The Winston Duke or M'Baku might be the one that takes up the mantle instead.
Oh,
Which
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. Yeah.
yeah. I think that may be what they're gonna do, which I wouldn't be opposed to. Because then I guess in a way you could not only portray it on the screen, but then like also in real life how you're dealing with something from a friend that you lost and you're taking up the mantle from him, and how you deal with that and how you kind of process that and use that to to build up the nation again the way that you want it to be after
Yeah.
losing such a great individual. I
I mean, the
even
only thing
thought
I've really heard. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
you good. I was just gonna say
I
like
was just going to say I haven't heard anything about recasting. I've heard that they will not recast. That's all I've heard. So
yeah, I get why, but then at the same time, it's also because there's so much more, like I was saying before, to T'Challa's character that we hadn't even scratched the surface of yet. And I would love to have seen that and see Storm show up at some point too. I mean,
yeah.
but
I
I'm
have a
pretty
name
sure
to throw out there. I have a name to throw out
what's
there, and I don't know what you think about this. The oh shoot, I'm blanking on his name now. The from Get Out and Nope.
Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah, yeah, I like him, man. I like him a lot.
But remember, he's Wakabi, and they locked him up as a traitor.
Oh shoot, yeah, you're right. Damn. Yeah,
Otherwise, I would not be opposed to that if that
yeah.
was not the case.
Oh.
Yeah, if that wasn't the case, yeah. But yeah, he's
I
locked up.
can't wait to see Nope, man. I can't wait to see Nope, man. That
Dude,
movie looks so crazy.
let me ask you guys this. I don't think this would happen.
Okay.
What would you guys think of Michael B. Jordan being another second caller from another universe? Would you all be down for that?
No.
I
No.
would because I love MBJ. I'm a big MBJ fan. I love Creed. I love him as Killmonger. So I would like that. But yeah, I don't know how fans would react though. Honestly,
I would. I do like MBJ. Isn't it? I do. I just think right there that therein could lie the other issue of the multiverse and all. And it's like I just saw he was Killmonger, and I got to see he was this guy. It won't be bad if you do it right, but it's just not it's not my. It wouldn't be my go-to move. I feel like
I think you don't want it to be forced. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and then at the same time, I mean, maybe cop out's a little strong, but I feel like that's kind of what it would, in a way, in a sense, be, because you could go out and get someone, but we don't even know. There's this kid, Woody. I can't think of his last name. He played Bobby Brown in the new edition movie, and he's one of the kids in
Oh, okay, I know you're talking about. Yeah,
and he's one of the guys in Power Book 2 in that family.
Sorry, guys. 1 second.
All right. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him if they decided to pick him up. That'd be cool too. But that's just not Michael B. But I'll tell you what though. I am excited for something thunderous. Something.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, finally.
Oh yeah.
Next week, brothers.
Next week.
Dude, and from
my
what I've heard,
autobiography.
Christian Bale kills it. So I am excited for that. So
I heard he's creepy AF. Creepy.
Yep.
AF. Like,
which
man,
is perfect for that character. That's the character I want. That's exactly what I want from that character. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, that's probably my most anticipated movie this year for sure.
Yeah.
In the Marvel universe, I will say. I mean, I'm excited for Wakanda Forever, but I'm apprehensive because I don't know how they're going to handle it yet. So until I see a trailer, I don't think I can get too excited for that movie yet. Plus, I love the first one so much. I really, truly love the first one so much. So
I think we probably didn't trailer to last week of
October.
October.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually I like how they're doing this now, releasing the trailers closer to when it's supposed to come out. Like I'm not mad at it at all. I like it. I think it's just kind of good anticipation because you come out of left field and catch everybody by storm. Because we're like, oh shoot, when's this movie coming out? Then all of a sudden,
I remember
boom, it's
a
right there.
few. Yeah, I remember a few years ago there was a trailer that came out, and it was like almost a year before the movie came out. And then when the new trailer for that movie came out, I was like, oh, I completely forgot about this movie. And I'd already seen the trailer.
I think it was Godzilla.
Maybe it was. Yeah, I don't remember what movie it was, but I was just like, I completely forgot that movie was coming out.
I know that happened with the 355. That's a god awful movie. But they released the trailer a year in advance, and then a newer one, and like nobody saw it except for me because I went to see it. There was nothing in January, so I was like, all right, I'll go watch it. And I never sat through something. Well, actually, that's a lie. Skyline was bad, but 355 was just awful. It was just awful. It's too all over the place. Direction
I
wasn't
never
good.
saw that.
Yeah, man. Just I really feel like January is the place where movies go to die.
Not always.
Not always. There's a gem. There's always one, at least one gem. For the most part, it's like
on January movie.
It was. Yeah. It was. And you know what? If it came out in November, December, James McAvoy's in the Oscar conversation.
Yeah, you might not be wrong. Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Another good movie that came out in January, not an Oscar movie, but a good movie, The Founder, and Michael Keaton.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yes, that is a great movie. I agree.
I didn't realize that was a January release.
Yeah.
But I love that movie.
Yeah.
So many underlying things. I didn't even know all the underlying crazy stuff that was going on with McDonald's, and just the fact that their money isn't even in the food. It's real estate, which all the more gave me reason why, okay, I need to invest in some real estate. Yeah. Because you were able to franchise that many and get them all across the states, but then you stole it from these guys. And it's like, geez, I mean, I don't know if I should be cheering for you or if I should just look at you like, you're a shitty guy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to deal with it.
Dude, by the end of that movie, I don't know if I like Keaton or not. I mean, not Keaton, but the character. Like, I don't know if I like him or not. I really don't.
Yeah. I think that's how I'm going to feel when I finally
also because the two that play the brothers, what is his name? Nick Offerman and
Nick Offerman and
so good.
I always forget his name.
People. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they're so good as just honest guys just trying to really build their business, and he just kind of screws them over as this, like, businessman. Shady. Like, and yeah. So it's so hard because I love Nick Offerman. I think he is so funny. That dude, the dry humor of him is just so great. I love it.
Love him in Parks and Rec. He's got that movie with Sam Elliott, The Hero. And I didn't finish there, but I loved seeing him in it, and I'm like, okay. And it was just like Nick Offerman's a weed dealer. Whoa, okay.
right. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I enjoy seeing him in things. He's also got that show, that's kind of like Bob's Burgers, The Great North, where he plays the dad.
I've heard of that, but I haven't seen it. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
And we can't forget his best character, Ron Swanson.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That is me. That is me in Pawnee. Like, I love it. Local government is the problem with everything.
He did a Netflix show that was sort of like, it was basically people had to build stuff. It was like a wood, like I don't know, a craftsman show on Netflix, kind of like
I saw,
Yeah, it's a competition show where like each week, teams had to build something and then, they would judge it and stuff, which was really fun. It was actually a really funny show, but it only was one season, so
Oh man, okay.
yeah, it
That
was
sounds
really
like something
funny.
you should continue. Yeah, that sounds like something that should continue. I wouldn't mind seeing.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, but just the concept sounds pretty fun to watch for multiple seasons. So
Yeah, apparently he's a big like hands-on, like he does antique furniture and stuff like he's a pretty in-depth like woodworker, so that's kind of his thing. So yeah, it was really funny to watch. So
what's his nickname? Brand the Builder.
Might be. It might be. Absolutely.
Talking about Brand the Builder, you're on season 2 now, right?
I am on season 2, episode 5. Yes.
Nice. Okay.
I'm rolling.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Tyrion is my favorite character.
By far.
Yeah. I love Tyrion. Tyrion and Bronn, I could just sit and watch them have a conversation, and that could just be an episode. That's great stuff. Obviously, love Jon Snow. Robb Stark is great, and I love the fact that he's not even trying to get the throne. He's just like, I just want to avenge my father, and that's it. I don't even want.
And that was my biggest problem with him the whole time. That was my biggest issue with him the whole time. Yes. Because I know he doesn't want it, and I don't have a problem with him not wanting it. I love the fact that he doesn't want it. But by the end of the show, you're just like, dude, shut up. Like, just shut up and take the throne. Like, Jesus, dude. Like, we get it, but for 8 seasons, you've just been crying. Like, come on, man.
Oh, shoot.
But no, here's my thing. Here's the reason I say that. It's because the best way to honor his father at that point is to take the throne. And stop crying about it. Like, I just feel like that's the better thing to do at that. I don't know. I gotta wait for you to finish it, though.
No, I feel that. Yeah. Okay.
Don,
now we're gonna talk about because go ahead, Ben.
No, sorry.
I have one question for Don, real quick. Without spoiling anything for Josh.
Sure.
The person who ends up on the throne at the end, good or bad? Now, there's one or the other.
On a rewatch, I sort of see it happening and coming, but I don't like the decision. I don't like the decision overall.
Okay.
I will say. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Let's just say that. I'll just say that because I don't want to ruin it. So
yeah,
that was one of the accidental spoilings I had. It was Arya, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it's Arya, right? If it's not, don't tell me. But I did.
Okay.
I know I saw somewhere it was like.
I will say this. No, I will just say no.
It's not Arya. Okay. Yep. All right.
I was about to say Arya, Tyrion, and the Mountain are my 3 favorite characters.
Okay. I want to ask you. Well, Don't I have a question for you?
Or the Hound. I'm sorry, not the Mountain. The Hound. The Hound, not the Mountain. I'm sorry. The Hound.
I have a question for you, Don, but I can't ask you now.
Okay.
Because remind me. I have a question for you.
Sure. Okay. Fair enough.
I hate all things Lannister except for Tyrion.
Oh, you hate? Yeah, you have to hate the Lannisters, by
man. Oh my god,
I will say this, and I won't spoil this, but I will say this: Jaime is more complex than everybody else in the Lannister family.
I got that feeling.
By the end of the show, Jaime, I'm more mixed on than the rest of them. I will say that.
I wouldn't say that. I would say Tyrion is more complex than Jaime.
I see, but I think Tyrion is always on the right side. He's a Lannister at heart, but he's always trying to do the right thing. Where Jaime still falls into the trap sometimes for me. Of being a Lannister and holding the family name up and all. Again, I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil anything. So yeah.
See,
I like Jaime by the end. I will say that I actually like Jaime by the end of the show.
Because I saw the scene with when Robb's interrogating him and he's got Ghost right next to him. By the way, if anybody has a wolf pup, send them to me.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. I want one.
Dude, yeah. Like, seriously, like,
I want the big. I
when they
want
were
Jon
talking-
Snow so I can name him Snowball. I just want to name him Snowball.
What?
I don't know. I just want to. I have no idea. I just want to.
I would, you know what, if I had a wolf pup, I don't even know what would I. It would depend. It would depend on what it looks like. Because part of me really wants to go with Balto. Love that movie. It's a
Ah,
special place in my heart. Yeah, I
okay.
would go with Balto.
Okay.
But
Okay.
there's also Tundra, which wouldn't be bad either.
Mm.
but,
Sorry, guys. Quick
like-
bathroom break. 1 second.
Yeah.
But the thing with Jamie, yeah, I could see how, because there was a part that I came across where he's like, no, Rob's talking to him, and he's just like not telling him about the past. Or Caitlin was asking like why he pushed Bran. He didn't really give her the actual reason. I'm like, there's got to be more to you than this. And I'm like, so you're not going to tell her? Okay, all right. And I don't know what I look. I'm living every single second of what I'm seeing. And Daenerys is a badass. I love her.
She is.
I love Daenerys. They're like when I finished episode 10, season 1, and the baby dragons are born, and you just hear the shriek at the end. I'm like, okay, that's it. That was the catalyst to just send me all the way through this. I got to keep going. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm loving it.
Don, will they take Daenerys? Again, without spoiling anything.
Sure.
Thumbs up or thumbs down? Will they take Daenerys?
I am one of the few that like it because
Okay,
on the
me too.
rewatch, I see the transition through the seasons.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
And when it gets to that point, I
It makes
completely
sense.
understand it.
Yeah.
It makes total sense to me. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Again, we're trying our best not
Yeah,
to
I know.
ruin
It's so
any-
hard. It's so hard, dude. I
know.
think one of the biggest disappointments though for me from that show was I think it was around season 7 or maybe even 8. They were talking about an Arya spinoff where she goes west of Westeros and sees and sort of discovers what else is out there. I would have loved that show because Arya is one of my favorite characters. So I'm disappointed we never got that show.
I don't think this spoils anything.
No, that doesn't
But
spoil anything.
No. What I'm about to say.
Oh, sorry.
You guys here, we might get on Jon Snow show.
Yes. Oh, we are. No, we are getting a Jon Snow show. They said, yeah, which
And they said
I'm okay with.
And they said one of the characters we will see is Arya.
Oh, I hope so. Like I said, I love her.
No,
Her and the Hound together is some of the best story in the show, in my opinion. It really.
I don't
is.
think that. I don't think we'll see that again.
No.
Obviously, but yeah, I tend to agree.
Yeah. I love her arc. I love her arc overall throughout the show. I just think she has such a cool story throughout the show. I just love her.
Yeah. It's oh my gosh, the Hound is not dog, or it's not dog.
He's the one. Well, I'm trying to remember where you are. Right, I don't know exactly where you are.
I know.
Story,
all right, so I'm gonna help you out a bit. So
sure.
There was a scene before. I can't remember exactly what they're called, but like we'll say the Gold Guard. They show up and they're about to sack the castle because they're looking for Gendry, and because he had the bull helmet and everything at the time, and she was sitting with this guy, asking about how do you sleep, and he's telling her about like the story of Willem and his brother and how he opened the door, his brother got stabbed through the chest, and then for years he's just saying his name, and then one day which is a great line, he puts an axe so deep in his skull they had to bury him with it. Like, oh God, yeah. So, but I don't believe that's the Hound though. Correct?
No, that's not the Hound.
Yeah.
No. Oh yes. No, I'm sorry. Gandry is the Hound, right?
No.
Gendry. Okay. No. Because Gendry's the
No, oh my goodness, no, goodness, no. So Gendry, if you remember, okay, so season 1, the Hound when they're having the fight in front of the
Mhm.
king,
Yeah.
and he's the one that is when the king says stop, he just stops and goes right down to one knee.
Well, you know what? You know what?
Okay.
There's a really easy way to do this.
Yeah, go
The
ahead.
hound,
Go ahead.
the hound is a guy with a good face.
Yeah, he's burnt. He's half of his
Yeah,
face is burnt.
That's him.
Yeah.
I had a
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So him.
okay. I just like I said, I didn't know where you were in the story, so I didn't want to say something
No,
that
you're
might spoil
good.
something. That's all.
But,
That's why I was like, I don't
he,
want to.
but he looks the same the whole show, so
Yeah.
that
Oh,
doesn't
he's always.
spoil it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's one of
yeah.
my
No, 'cause
favorite characters. I love the Hound. I love his story too. So
All right. Because now I'm wondering because I didn't I guess they haven't made that connection with Ari. I'm not at the point where
yeah, that's
you
what,
see the
I don't
Hound
think you're
on
there
his
yet.
Ari
No, I
and-
don't think you're there yet. Yeah. No, I don't think you're there.
But,
So
Oh,
that's why I said I
nah,
didn't
man.
know. I didn't know what I could and couldn't say yet. So I was like,
I have one.
I
Thing,
just-
I have one. I have one thing to say.
okay.
Really, Joe, when we need him.
I know, right? Yeah, exactly. Because I'll be honest. Yeah, I will mess up names and I will mess up stuff. So absolutely, yeah, I need help.
Really, Joe, when we need him.
I know.
she was never a
I
hero.
watch so much stuff, man. It's hard to
Interesting.
keep everything together in my head, man. Sometimes
Well,
I've seen Star Wars 100 times, and even I've said the wrong character name for certain things sometimes. So I mean, it happens.
well, okay. On a different topic.
Yeah.
There was a little movie, small movie that came out last year. There were two things had a small debate. That movie is getting a sequel. King
think I know.
Kong vs. Godzilla.
I think I know. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think I know where you're going. Yeah. Yeah. I will
Oh,
say
boy.
this. I don't hate that movie, but I'm not a huge fan of that movie. That's what I will say. I don't think it's horrible. I don't think it's good. I think that's the best I can say about it. Oh, it's a fun ride. It's a fun ride. It's just I don't know where the story goes. I don't know where the story goes from there.
It's the main standouts are obviously the aircraft carrier scene, and then you got Kong swinging an axe and Godzilla damn near killing Kong, and then they got to fight Mecha Godzilla, which was a great fight. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but just story wise, not they can't. I think what they're trying to capture that magic of the 2014 version, and it's
you
just
like
not.
that one? You
I
like
love
that
that.
one?
Oh yeah, I loved it. Even though they kept doing the whole cutaways back and forth, it was just like, oh come on. But the payoff in the end, when we got to see the fight, Godzilla versus the Muto, I thought that was wonderful. Love that one.
My biggest issue with that movie is that they had to make King Kong bigger than he actually is in the movies. King Kong is not actually that big. I mean, Godzilla stands over skyscrapers. King Kong does not stand over skyscrapers.
He's only 25 feet tall.
Yeah.
So okay, I'll be honest. I'm Team Kong. Who are you? Kong or Godzilla?
In that movie, I'm Team Kong. Yeah, for that movie, for sure.
Give me Peter Jackson's Kong.
Look, if they give us a prequel and they show us the actual fights of this tournament or whatever, however you want to explain it, of these big huge animals in the core of the earth fighting each other, if they give us just that story with no humans, I'm happy. But the humans for me always ruin these movies because it's just hard to write a story that makes sense when there's it's just two people, it's two monsters fighting. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's kind of like that's the same argument with Transformers.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling Josh, what movie?
Transformers.
Transformers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know this movie. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I never heard of those movies.
Hey, I will still defend the first
man.
one. I will defend the first one in Bumblebee. I will always defend those two.
I like Bumblebee. I like Bumblebee. The first one is okay. I can't stand 2, 3, and 4, and I
Oh yeah, no,
never saw
have
5.
to.
I never saw 5.
Look, the worst part of the first movie is that when they're at his house and they're all in the backyard of his house just walking around and
I love that.
nobody sees them. Nobody sees them.
Right?
They're in
No, yeah.
they're in the middle of a suburban neighborhood in the backyard of a house, just
Yeah.
stomping on everything, and nobody sees them at all.
Okay.
You know, I tell you what, you're right. There's like, I was just watching something like that. I'm like, nobody sees. Oh,
Right.
this is what I was watching. I was rewatching The Lost World, which is actually my favorite out of the Jurassic franchise. The first one is the best, but the second one is like right there. I love the second one so much. But the T-Rex is walking through. It's already off the boat, but it's going past. You see like this shot where like these people are inside of an office and it's just walking by and then just roars on the side of the harbor. I'm like, nobody sees the fact that there is a giant bipedal carnivore standing right outside the window.
Exactly.
What sees this?
Well, I mean, guys, look at the MCU. Look at the MCU. It was a celestial, and nobody saw that.
But that's the problem. That's why. That's what took me out of that movie. I'm like, there's no way you have a celestial coming from out of the earth, and no one shows up to help. I'm sorry. I know souls were lost in Moon Knight, but god damn it, if nobody showed up for that celestial, we got a problem. Like, you mean how did nobody
that's
show
fair.
up for that?
Look, it's fair. It's fair.
I'm sorry. I don't like that movie. I don't like that movie.
I ain't mad at you, Ben.
What about the fight at the end of Moon Knight when the two gods are fighting and only Moon Knight reacts to them really fighting in the background. Everybody in the city is just going on about their day.
But see, the thing is with that fight, I was wondering if they could even be seen.
Yeah, that's probably what that is. Yeah, I would assume.
That's what I was wondering because there was with the jackal in like was the first episode.
Well, there's that one part though where it falls on the pyramid and the pyramid collapses underneath of the weight of it. So I mean, you would think you would see something. I mean, maybe that's on the celestial plane. I don't know.
Well,
trying to explain something that we just don't know about.
Gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
This is fun.
It is.
No,
we got to wrap up, but if you like to see the three of us, come back Sunday night. We're going to have a fun time Sunday night.
Yes. Bring on the money.
Bring on the money. Show me the money. Show me the money.
Oh,
Don,
yes,
my man, my friend. Tell all the good people where they can find you.
Guys, please look for me on Twitter at Jedi Master Tuck. And you can find me here on the Dissecting the Schmodown show on Mondays, Jedi Academy on Wednesdays, and then our weekly show Sunday, Geekdom Uncut, which is all three of us, which is awesome. But guys, please like and subscribe and absolutely share with everybody.
Josh, my man, my friend, my partner. Where can the good people find you?
Somewhere in a Batman film, being vengeance.
Nice. Dude, hey, hold on 1 second before you go. They played that movie on the cruise.
Nice.
Really?
The new
awesome.
Batman. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I sat there and watched it, man. It was so cool. Well, some of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but
I hope it didn't rain while you were out there. I mean,
I was just surprised because Rural Caribbean is known as like the family cruise. So that movie seemed a little dark for me to be on that. I was just like, wow, okay, they played that. Okay. Go ahead, Josh. Sorry, go ahead.
I should have ended Batman on the cruise. Man. But you can find me on Twitter. Oh, yeah. At The Outlawed Mime. You can find me on Instagram at the Midnight Cinema 41. You can find me on my YouTube channel, Midnight Cinema, and you can find me at my podcast, Wolves of Midnight, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, whatever you got, you can find me. You can find me in the Facebook group for Multiverse of Geekdom, and you can find me here on Fridays and Sundays with my two good friends. We're just talking all things movies, comics, news, everything in between. We love this stuff, and we love you. So
Absolutely.
please give us a like, a share, and subscribe. Please hit that button, like press it, like your life depends on it.
Yes.
Like it's like you hit it
Thanos
like you need air.
smashed that thing, man. Thanos smashed that
Yes.
thing,
Full fist.
guys. Hulk smash.
And,
Ah!
and we're getting loopy now. We're getting loopy.
Yes, we are.
Okay, you guys can find me pretty much on every show on this channel, like they said. You can also find me over on the Northern Entertainment Group every Tuesday on the Right That Tape every Saturday morning on the Northern Countdown. Find me at my Twitter, red_radio, and yeah, I think that's everything. Join our Facebook group, subscribe to our channel. Am I forgetting anything? No?
No, you're
I
the
don't
hardest
think
working
so.
man on the internet.
Every
That's
week.
me.
There
Anyway,
it is.
everyone, thank you for coming. See you all next week. See you Sunday. Bye.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.